Hello guys and welcome back to Boston Heights. Yeah, this is already the final episode of my Let's Build of this park. And yeah, you might have seen in the last two episodes that the time lapse in general is really quick, and I really have speeded up the videos to 12 times. This is basically to make the episodes not too long, first of all, and to be able to present you the final video at the end of this week. I wanted to make sure that I can render all the videos on the weekend, and I can do also the commentaries on the weekend before, so that I can just upload the videos while the week is going on, because at the moment I've got a lot of stress also at work. So I wanted to make sure that YouTube is not making problems for my daily work, because this is way more important than anything else, you know. So this is why I just came up with those really quickly and really high speeded up videos. I hope it's not too worse, but as far as I've seen the time lapse, it's kind of okay. So yeah, in general, I've mentioned kind of everything about the PAX, I guess, but as maybe some of the new viewers are just hitting my channel right now and maybe just starting with this video, I will quickly just explain again what this park is about. This park is about to be one of the two parks that will be featured on the PAX event 2017 in Boston, and basically some of the well-known YouTube streamers and some other streamers from Twitch as well will be live on stage and streaming the Planet Coaster build in this park. They are playing actually these two parks from my park, and also Silvarret is preparing one, which you can see on his channel. And yeah, so they will also play his park, and in every park there will be some open spots where the streamers can bring in their own stuff. That's basically it. And to make sure when those streams are going on, you can check the description where I have put in all the times, and also a link to the forum where you can read out all information you would need. So that's it. Maybe some more information about what I'm going to build in this episode, because this commentary won't be the whole time. I will join later on when the park is nearly finished, and I will just give you some information right now, because this is a really long episode. This is basically my last session where I just tried to finish all up. And yeah, it's always with Hofstadter's law, it's always taking longer than you expect, even if you take into account that it's taking longer than you would expect. So this is something I've been also getting as comments quite often recently. So yeah, I'm well aware of this law, and I think Planet Coaster is one of the best games to explain this law. So anyway, you can see that I'm going to kind of briefly just getting in some stations for the train which is going around the park, which is the Iron Horse, I guess. I don't know which of the two I took, but I think it's the Iron Horse. I'm not too sure about it. Yeah, it's at this point in time I was not too much into with crazy details, because performance was also getting even worse than last episode, and I just wanted to make sure that the park in general looks kind of finished, and brought in some more foliage, some more of yeah, just landscaping, some shops and some stuff like this. And also this shop, which I'm going to do right now, is something I'm really happy with in the end, to be honest. In terms of symmetrical building, this is maybe a bad example of how you could do things, but I'm really happy with the result in the end, because, and I will quickly mention this, this will be a little restaurant, so like a really self-service restaurant where you can grab some drinks and some food, and then get yourself rest onto one of the benches in the area around. And there will be also a toilet on the right corner side of it. You know, the thing is, I just made this because I wanted to save some time and just bring in a little half-rounded, which is quarter-rounded, I guess, yeah, a little restaurant. But in the end, it looks really like those things you would see like in kind of every theme park, and also zoo and kind of park in general all over the world. Like a really common build that reflects a little, yeah, kind of building where you can grab some food, and also toilets and stuff like this. It wasn't intended to be a building like this. I just wanted to bring in quickly a building roughly done. As you can also see, the roof is not too well done over here, and I also brought in kind of a little piece to fake the roof part on top of it, because it was really ugly joined by all the pieces, and I just wanted to make sure this looks kind of okay. And then I just brought in some more walls, and that was it already. And in general, sometimes simple buildings are those buildings that really bring in some more atmosphere to the park, which is somehow crazy, but I'm really happy that it turned out that well. And I think that's one of the buildings I might do I will put into the workshop. I might also do some more details to it. I'm not too sure about it, but you can see now creating this little area over here really made this building stand out a little bit, which I haven't expected before. But you can see this later on in the cinematic video as well. I'm really happy with this little corner over here. Anyway, as I said, I will join later on again in this video, but for now I will leave you a few minutes with the music and see you then, guys.
Audio preview. Audio preview. Audio preview. Audio preview. Audio preview. Audio preview.
Hey there, and here we are again. Yeah, you've been seeing a lot of progress in this video already. In general, the park is now nearly finished, and we are just about to finish the last major building of this park, which is in fact the entrance building of my wooden coaster. And there's also a little story to it, because I also, as I said, I just looked a few photos. First of all, maybe I haven't been to Boston yet. I want to visit that city as well, but I haven't been there, so I had to watch a lot of photos and videos from the city to get some inspiration. And one of the most well-known buildings in the city is this kind of building you might spot in the background already. How the entrance building of the coaster is laid out is one of the buildings that, or maybe the building that is very well known for the Declaration of Independence, which has been read out the first time on this balcony in front of this building in Boston. So this is maybe, this is not maybe, but this is the reason why I called this coaster the Independent. And so I also kind of had this little story for it, and I thought it would be kind of nice to have a little bit of an input from the city in general and from the American history, and maybe something like this to make it a little bit more charming, to give the park a little bit more of character. And just as a little side note, this was something really simple I brought in here to make the coaster, or to give the coaster a little story. That's all about it. And then I thought, okay, I might just bring in some little building over here, which is in fact a little I think it's first aid, I guess. Yeah, it's a first aid. Just to make sure there is a first aid in the park, and I thought after the wooden coaster it make total sense to have it over there. Maybe it's a little bit too shaky, so we do need that one. So yeah, from this point on now, it's all about getting the park done. So I also started to bring in some trees, some custom-made trees with those little wooden supports underneath them, just to make it look a little bit more interesting and a little more different. Trees and plants in general. And yeah, as I said, from this point on, it's just about getting everything done, bringing in some more waterfronts like this over here, just to make the park in general look a little bit more like a theme park, and also to get yeah, everything somehow joined together so that it makes sense and it looks really like an entire theme park that could be like this in the real world. And I also had some of, yeah, it's a problematic kit, maybe, let's call it that way, I don't know. It's something I had to do for quite a long time. I also already placed this flat ride in one of the first recordings I made, and I always had to, yeah, kind of make a little bit of a scenery around it. And the problem is, and you will also see that later on, that I just had to be as low on scenery objects as possible to make the park, well, to keep the park on a good performance. So this is maybe just the reason why this is really, really barely customized in the end. I just brought in some signs like this and something like a little bit of a, yeah, scene to it, but not too much. So it's also, I don't know, it's, you know, first of all, I would be really sad that this is just really roughly themed in the end. But you know, sometimes this makes also a difference, because the park in general has a lot of buildings that are really highly detailed, even though I tried to be as low on details as possible, so it might be not too detailed as I'm usually doing it, but they are way more detailed than this flat ride. But in general, sometimes it's also cool to have some really, really less detailed buildings and just let the ride itself shine. So that's also something cool. I wasn't too certain about it in the first glance, but after putting some trees around and just making everything done, I was kind of happy with this little flat ride just standing there in the middle, and the scenery itself is the flat ride itself. So just some tiny little details around, it's enough for the ride to make it shine. And sometimes this is also very important, and in real theme parks you will always see some rides that do just have a little bit of a color theme to them and nothing more. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, as I said, I just tried to make everything finished and bring in some more of like little corners where some benches and bins are placed down, some lamps, lamp posts, some lights, and also, as you might have already seen a few times in this video, I already put in some stuff and upgraded some of my workers and stuff like this to make the park running, because this is also something we had to do to make sure that the park is running and all our employees are not quitting because they don't have work to do or don't earn enough money. So also a little bit of a managing part over here. But as you can see, there are always already screenshots going on in the end, and this is it, guys. That was the speed build. Make sure to join PAX this year. Whether you can't be there in real life, you can at least be on the streams and give some cool feedback in the chat and just be part of a little nice live streaming event with the YouTubers, which will be there, and everything else you can read out in the description below, where I'll put in some links to the forum and also the times again where the live streams will take part. And you can see this park and also Sylph's Park being played by some streamers, and also get some really cool new news by Bo and Ed and all these guys around there. So that should be it for this. Next day's up on Friday. Which day do we have today when the video is being released? I guess it might be Thursday. So tomorrow you get the final cinematic video of this park. Make sure to watch it. Make sure to leave some comments as always, and have a nice day. Bye bye, guys.